Good evening, it's Andrew from Parker Allen's Boat Sales. I'm here on another lovely evening. I'm in Port Solent this evening and I'm on board a Sessa Oyster 34. Now, some of you may not be aware of what the Sessa Oyster 34 is. It's not one of those boats that will typically be on your radar when looking at a 34-foot boat, but I have to say I'm impressed. And in terms of value for money, this boat is exceptional. A 34-foot boat available for under £60,000. This is something absolutely not to be missed. Well worth having a look at. Powered by twin Merc-Rosa 250 horsepower diesel engines, so it's nice and efficient. Looking forward to showing you the rest of the walkthrough tour. Okay, so welcome to another one of our walkthrough tours. Now, as I mentioned, the Sessa Oyster 34 may not be one of those boats that's on your radar when looking at a 34-foot boat, but I think it represents exceptional value for money. We're here in Port Solent this evening, and this is the 34. It's called a touch of serendipity. And it's a very, very nice looking boat. Now, the Sessa range of boats, massively popular in the Mediterranean, not so popular here in the UK. There's just not quite so many of them around. But actually, I think they represent fantastic value for money. And also, they are packed full of lots of features and lots of space. So let's have a look at the styling of the boat for a start. They're a very, very sporty line. Very, very similar to a Cranchi. And lots of cockpit space, lots of aft deck space, and good side deck access all the way around. So let's start off by looking at that. What we can see here is an upgraded Raymarine Doppler radar. That's paired together with an Axiom plotter. So you've got Raymarine's latest generation plotters. There's a new set of covers on this boat as well. So Master Covers have put a new set of covers on this boat in recent years. And in terms of the access, the side deck access is very, very good. You've got one of these, I call them dolphin bows, where slightly elongated bow, and then just nestling underneath there you have the anchor, and you've also got a remote control searchlight on there as well. There is a set of bow cushions, so lounging on the front area is nice and easy when it comes to bow cushions. They're stored downstairs in the cabin. I'm just walking down because it'd be quite funny if I fell in. It'd be good for YouTube views, but I'm not so sure it'd be good for me getting quite cold this evening. So there's lots of Mediterranean features with this boat. As I say, they're very popular in the Mediterranean, and the cockpit space really echoes that. As we step on board, so good boat to be stern to. You've got a good sized bathing platform. It's not huge, but you've got a PowerPoint access. You've got a couple of fender sockets inside there as well. Access wise, getting onto the side, you've got these little bits here so you could step on. It isn't a full wraparound, but you've got pretty good easy access there. You do have a hot and cold shower at the back. And then as we step into the cockpit, you can see the cockpit's actually a really, really good size. So you've got enough space, I would say, for probably 6 or so people around there. Another couple of people at the top here. A helm system, helm seat there. And every dial's dash nice and easy to hand. Hot and cold running water here. And underneath, more storage space. So inside there's a good sized storage locker. And you can see that everything is nicely trunked around. Nice clips there, keeping everything nice, neat and tidy. Always look for these cockpit Eberspacher vents. So it has central heating on board the boat as well, so it makes it a nice all year round boat. What's quite interesting, buying this style of Mediterranean boat, you have got good side access. So you've got steps that go out onto the sides, which are just there, and also on the side, so you step up there and up to the top. But you also have access that goes through the middle, which is quite nice. So if you don't fancy going around the edge, you can step up here, you've got a good grab handle all the way through it, and then just open the window space, and then you can go have easy access onto the bow. It's quite nice and safe to do that, so that means you're not going in and out and round the edges of the boat. So it's nice to be able to access it from there. The helm position on the boat is excellent, so standing up, looking forward, you can see you've got an excellent visibility, great view. And then just down here, you've got this upgraded Axiom plotter, and all of your dials and dashes are in front of you. Now, I mentioned earlier, it's powered by Merc-Rosa engines, so they're twin D-tronics. They're 250 horsepower each. The engine hours is registering as 1,100 hours, but one of the engine has just been rebuilt. So that's in really, really good shape, and the other one is showing no signs of any issues whatsoever. In terms of the rest of the kit, you've got a bow thruster. You've got a Raytheon Tri-Day, so of course Raytheon then became Raymarine. Your array of Carling switches, your trim tabs, so you've got actual dials showing you where the trim tabs are, Raymarine VHF, and then this really retro but very cool Quicksilver series throttles, which is a good solid throttle set. It's all cable based, so no electronic wizardry to go wrong, so that's really nice, and your trim system is just on the side there as well. The dash is all nicely laid out. It's got this classic walnut that of course could be upgraded to perhaps a carbon fibre dash if you wanted to just modernise the boat. But it's all functional, it's practical, and as I said, for value for money, I think this boat really is exceptional. Let's show you downstairs. So what have we got down here? So start off by standing up here and looking about. So the galley space, you've got a fairly small but very functional galley. You've got a single sink down in there. And then located just underneath here, you have a 2-burner gas hob. All of your switches and arrays are at the top, and there's a microwave here as well. You've got a television, which is all built in, and then this really nice seating area, probably good enough for, yeah, I would say 4 people could sit down there. Good table, an elevated section, and then open plan to here, but you do have a curtain which can add a little bit of privacy to pull that across and give you access to this really good size bed at the front here. Got portholes on either side, so you can look out the window in the morning and have a look at the sea, and then good access to a window above, reading lights, and then a blind there as well. So it is open plan living, but I have to say the boat feels good for it. Unlike, say, a Fairline Targa 34, which is almost double the money, which is all segmented off, it's really nice. It's open plan, you come down below and you can see all of your boat. Nothing wrong with that. There's a nice wooden trim here. You've got a nice curved wooden piece just in this section. And then this is effectively your day heads. So you've got moulded in sink. You've got a shower, so that just turns around there. So there's a shower curtain. Additional space under there for toiletries, etc. Another cabinet under there. Electric flush toilet. Epispatcher heating vent in there as well. But it is also a Jack and Jill. So that then spins around into here, into this sort of hallway area, and then that goes down into what is a really good size rear cabin. So you've got a nice seat here for a couple of people, and then underneath here you have it all set up as a large berth in here. So a large double, but you've got an infill cushion which is just located in there, which can come out and then turn that into 2 singles if, let's say, you've got 2 younger children in here. Those are the sun pad cushions. They go up onto the front, and they're all presented in very nice condition. This boat, I have to say, everywhere you look, it's very clean, it's very tidy. The owner has already taken all his bits and bobs off it, so the boat is very, very clear, and it really looks like it's just waiting for its new owner. Let's come back up here and go back through this door this time. So the feeling of spaciousness on board this boat really is very, very good. I like the fact that you've got lots of curves, so lots of curved wooden edges all around. You've got another little speaker there. That could, of course, be connected. I don't think it's Bluetooth at the moment, but could easily be upgraded to a fusion system or something like that. But overall, the boat has got a very nice feeling, and then those are your heating controls just down there. In terms of engine access, if we go back upstairs, is good, although the engine bay is tight. So you've got 2 ways of accessing the engine bay. You've got this observation hatch in here, so you can lift this up. It's all on a gas strut, and your 2 Mercury or Mercruiser diesel D-tronic engines are just inside there. But then you can also lift up the whole of the section. You can see it's all moulded around here. So if you don't want just the instant access to the engine bay, then you have an option there of opening up the whole back, and that just makes life much, much easier. I've talked before about davits, quite like a davit, and miss an old davit, but this has got telescopic davits on it. So these actually roll out and then can support the weight of a tender that can be then suspended across the back there. And there's even a little hole there in the cover to allow the davits to be extended and have your tender system on it. I miss davits. I don't know what happened to davits. They're popular 20 years ago and they seem to have disappeared. So davits are always useful. So this boat, I think, is a really, really nice boat. It represents great value for money, 34-foot boat, great opportunity for people to go away with their families for a weekend, and under £60,000 for a 34-foot boat. I think this is well worth looking, and come and have a look for yourself. So if you like what we've seen so far, please do get in touch with us, parker-adams.co.uk, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video very, very soon. Many thanks.